Saints-Giants preview, ladies and gentlemen. I am still internet-less. I was promised 2 o'clock I'd have internet. It's way past 2 o'clock. I don't have it, so we got to do it. We got to make it happen. Yesterday, I had to film in my car like I was on public taxi. Don't Google that. This is a family show. And today, I'm in the studio, as you can tell by the backdrop, but no internet, so whatever. I'm going to have to film this and then walk to the New Orleans Public Library. Hope I don't get stabbed to death in order to publish this video. So hopefully y'all see this. If y'all don't see this, then I'm probably, the unspeakable. Okay, I got DVOA printed on the notepad of doom, so we're going to talk about Saints-Giants and all that fun stuff. Hopefully the internet comes back soon so we can get back to our regular scheduled program, but we're still going to pop out content like it's nobody's business. Okay, so the Saints should win this game. I mean, this is a horrific Giants team. This is a good opportunity for the Saints to try and make something happen. The Saints, these are the tale of two teams, ladies and gentlemen, where on one side you have a team who they've kind of quit. They've already released their franchise quarterback, Brian Daboll, more than likely, lame duck coach. There's just no excitement around this franchise. No one wants to be there. Malik Neighbors is questionable. He didn't practice today. I'm filming this on Friday. So, they're just kind of quit. They are 1, 2, 3 Cancun, if you will. They want this season to be over. They want to get to the future. They do not want to play this game, even though it's at home. Saints are the opposite, okay? The Saints, is their season over? Not mathematically, but it kind of is. But I think the team does want to play. I think the team, the coaches, they're not lame duck coaches per se. These are coaches that are trying to prove something. Kubiak's coaching for his job. Darren Rizzi's coaching for his job. I think the team likes Rizzi. They certainly haven't quit on Rizzi. They certainly haven't quit on each other. Some of these guys like Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Tyrann Mathieu, you could argue are playing out their career, and that's a huge deal. Like, you're not going to quit on your own career. And then you have other players like Derek Carr, who's always going to play hard, Alvin Kamara, who is 106 yards away, I believe, from his first ever 1,000-yard rushing season, which is insane to think about that he's been so good, and he's never cleared 1,000 yards. That's insane. If you watch my betting preview before the season, one of the plays we gave out was Alvin Kamara's over rushing. It was like 640, so you cashed that weeks ago. So GG's if you took that one. But let's go ahead and get into the brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen. DVOA, the total DVOA, the Saints are the 20th ranked team. The Giants are the 27th. Bottom of the barrel. Defensively, speaking of bottom of the barrel, Saints are 26th. Giants are 27th. Pass defense, the Saints are 14th. Now, yes, that is a little skewed because it does include a lot of games with Marshawn Lattimore, who's no longer there. The Giants are 27th in pass defense, or 28th in pass defense. Jesus. Run defense, this is the only one the Giants really kind of have any kind of a leg up. The Saints are 32nd, Lord have mercy. The Giants are 20th. Okay, so they do stop the run a little bit better than the Saints, but then again, so does literally every other team in the NFL. Now, important to note, ladies and gentlemen, injury report. DNP, limited, my internet. Also, Cesar Ruiz, full participant. Eric McCoy, full participant. Lucas Patrick, full participant. Malik Neighbors, DNP, questionable, okay? Is he going to play? Why the hell would he? You know what I'm saying? Not looking good for the Giants. I think we roll this game. I think the Saints, they have all the making of a team that wants to go play versus a team that's given up on the season. Certain players on the Saints do have, like Alvin Kamara he's playing for his first 1,000-yard season. Derek Carr's playing for his career. Darren Rizzi's coaching for his career. Like, all these players care versus players that don't. Motivation usually is a huge factor at the end of the season like this. So as far as the game, like, how do I see the game playing out? Whether it's DeVito or Drew Lock, it really doesn't matter to me. I don't think the Giants can score. Hard to imagine the Giants having much success offensively. The only way they're going to really have success is the rushing attack, I guess, of Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary. Like, is that it? Like, that's how they're going to beat us. And the Saints' run defense, is 32nd, but at a certain point, like talent does intersect. So, like just like we talked about with Carolina, can Bryce Young take advantage of this? Okay, same situation with the Giants. Can the Giants take advantage of the Saints having a 30-second run defense? Can Tracy and Singletary take advantage? I say no. So hard to imagine the Giants score much. I think the Saints kind of get what they want. Now the question you may have, ladies and gentlemen, is what about Taysom Hill's absence? Okay, so obviously Taysom being out is a huge deal. It's going to have to be Kendre Miller. And that's one of those things where it sounds cool. Kendre Miller on paper sounds awesome, but usually he is not available. Usually he's hurt. So will he be available? Will he be? He's a full go. Like right now, and as far as the injury report, he's a full go, full participant. We'll see what happens. He's been dynamic when he's got the ball in the past. He's going to have to be dynamic again. So it's going to be a lot of Kendre Miller. I think Alvin kind of gets what he wants. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we do exploit him. I mean, again, the pass defense, 27th. So can Carr find success? I would hope so. Again, though, like I have to be impartial, and I have to say the same things for the Saints I did about the Giants, where the Giants do have the 27th or 28th pass defense. Excuse me, they do have the 28th pass defense, but can our wide receivers take advantage? Like, is MVS really just it? Is it just going to be, I guess we can see if MVS can get down the field, but if MVS isn't taking advantage, who else is? Because Foster is questionable. Juwan Johnson is questionable. We don't have Taysom, who's a big part of the passing game. So is it Alvin? Is Alvin in the passing game some combination of Alvin running, Alvin receiving, and MVS deep? Like, is that it? I hope the easiest path to victory is Giants can't do anything. Saints kind of win the field position. Then eventually, whether it's through the ground with Alvin, whether it's some Kendre Miller, we just matriculate down the field. We score, rinse and repeat to where the Giants really don't have any. They don't show any opposition, and the Giants just don't do anything. And the Saints eventually get to that like 14-3, 17-3, 17-0 kind of world. And then that forces the Giants to abandon the run, which is really the only way that they can win. Abandon the run. Then it forces DeVito or Drew Lock to try and throw the Giants back into the game. And if you're playing the Giants, that's exactly what you want. Like, your dream scenario is Drew Lock or DeVito throwing you and, just throwing. That's what you want if you're facing them. So hopefully that's the case, which I would assume is going to cause a lot of turnovers, which I would assume is going to cause a lot of short possessions, which just kind of compiles on top of itself. That's the easiest path to victory for the Saints. And I don't see a very high-scoring game, again, because I don't think the Giants will do much. I also don't have a lot of faith that the Saints will do much. This is the only huge positive is that the Saints do get basically their offensive line. So the Saints will have that will be the huge bonus for the Saints is they're going to have a fully functioning offensive line. And if they have a fully functioning offensive line with Alvin Kamara, if we can run the ball successfully, per usual with this style of offense, if we can run the ball successfully, we'll have success. If we can run the ball successfully, then we will destroy the time of possession. We will absolutely own this game, set the tempo, do all that, and we'll gladly leave with a 17-3, 20-6 kind of win. That's how I see it playing out. I'd be stunned. I would be shocked if the Giants found real success and the Giants put up 21, 24, anything like that. I'd be really surprised with that. And I'd kind of be really surprised too if the Saints just said in the first game post Taysom on the road in the elements. You always have to remember this is a dome team. This is a team that lives in New Orleans. Most of them, I would assume, have lived in New Orleans for a while. And now they're going up to New York. Got to play outside. That's usually even more of a reason to just, if you have a lead, kill the clock, kill the game, run the football, get the hell out of there. That's usually not the time to be doing flea flicker, Derek Carr deep routes, right? So I think the Saints will be content with, the bottom line is I think the Saints will be content with winning a ugly game And I think the Giants would be content with rolling over. And usually it's hard to say that. Like, it's hard to say an NFL team's just going to roll over, but I don't think the Giants have much fight in them at all. So I don't care if it's Drew Lock or DeVito. I think the locker room has a lot of problems. I think the whole Daniel Jones thing was just a total disaster. I'll tell you this too. I guarantee you all this Saquon Barkley stuff, I guarantee you is weighing on this team. I guarantee you Saquon Barkley has a lot of friends in that locker room. I guarantee you Saquon Barkley probably still talks to a lot of people in that locker room, and his success mixed with the Giants' failure, mixed with the Daniel Jones situation, like it's just not good. It's not good over there. So if there ever was a team to lay down, it'd probably be this team. And we do have the advantage across the board, except for run defense. But again, like if we were facing Saquon Barkley, it's okay. Well, we have the 32nd run defense against probably the best running back in the NFL. Or even if we were facing like a Josh Jacobs, which we will December 22nd. And that's going to be a huge problem. Like, Josh Jacobs probably will have 25 carries. He probably will have 130 yards. He probably will have 4 touchdowns. But Singletary and Tracy are not Josh Jacobs. They're not Saquon Barkley. So they can only get so much. Like I said, there's a talent curve at some point that you got to get there. I actually, in the middle of this recording, I actually was on the phone. AT&T called. Shout out to my boy Chris, who just called. And Chris said that the technician is coming Saturday. Okay, so now we've shifted. There was a technical issue today and Saturday now, somewhere in between 8 a.m. and noon. We should be good to go. Hopefully it's 8. Hopefully it's 8 a.m. because then that will allow me to get back at it like a crack addict with our normal videos Saturday noon, Saturday night, Sunday, whatever. So really apologize for this disruption. Even though we have pumped out some content, I know it's not the same content we usually do and all that. But again, sometimes in life, life gives you lemons and you got to make lemonade, or life gives you chickens, or it gives you something. It gives you chickens and you got to make chicken salad or something. Look at the hair, huh, ladies and gentlemen? What y'all know about the hair, the curls? Jeez, I mean, I might have to. What an angle here, but alas. So we do what we got to do. Hopefully tomorrow is a regular video. If not, I'm gonna have to walk down to the Riverwalk or something, and it'll be a running joke that every time we do one of these videos, I'm somewhere else. First time was my car. Second time was in the studio. Third time might be down at the damn Riverwalk. Fourth time might be at Rick's. Fifth time might be at Aaron Rose. Sixth time might be down at Caesars. Seventh, who the hell knows? Hopefully there's not a 7th time. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, just kind of off the rip, DVOA style. Trying to talk through the game a little bit, kind of how I see it playing out. Great for us that the offensive line is healthy. Bad for us that Taysom Hill doesn't exist. Good for us that we're playing the New York Giants. Bad for the New York Giants that they got rid of Saquon Barkley. So weather could be an issue. I mean, anytime you're playing, in New York in December, you got to watch that. But weather can be kind of overrated. The only thing that you really got to worry about with weather is anytime it gets over like 20-mile-an-hour winds. Temperature-wise, like, I don't think temperature really matters unless you drop into that sub freezing kind of world. Like if you're in that 20 degrees kind of world, then maybe the temperature matters, maybe not. Wind, like I said, wind always is about 15, 20 miles an hour and up. Wind's an absolute factor. Snow, usually not that much of a factor unless it's like feet of snow. Snow actually usually, depending on, it's kind of weird how it all works, but snow usually, you would think it slows the game down. Usually it actually is good for overs. So, but it's all dependent on what kind of weather you get. So we'll be watching that, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have a normal video. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Get on down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the game, your prediction, all that stuff. Will the Saints be able to stop Tracy and Singletary? Will the Giants be able to care at all that the game's happening? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.